I realized a lot of people are getting into collecting video games now that it's, I guess, past the hot commodity that was in COVID. So I wanted to give a starter guide for every system that I own personally, at least, to say, hey, you can collect these all for complete in a box for under $15. So we're going to hop right into the list. Number 10 is going to be the Mass Effect trilogy. If you haven't heard of Mass Effect, it follows a guy named Shepard, where every choice you make affects what happens during this tale. And for the trilogy, it's a big box set, which mine's out on loan right now, but if for a big box set, it's only $15, which is a fantastic deal. You get 3 games they can put easily 100 hours each into. The combat system's amazing, the graphics are pretty good even still to this day, and it's an ongoing series that people still play and are on modern systems. I even think they remastered the trilogy and brought it to modern, like PS4 and Xbox One. So that's definitely an option to at least start off with a good RPG-like game with shooting, with action-based choices that affect the campaign. It's an overall very good story. Highly recommend Mass Effect trilogy. Or at least picking up 1, 2, or 3. They're all dirt cheap, but you can get them all in one go with the trilogy. Number 9, Final Fantasy 13. This is my favorite Final Fantasy of all time. I've played 1, 2, 3, 10, 7, 13, all the 13 ones, 14. I played a bunch of different Final Fantasies, but this is the one I always recommend to people. It's hated by some, I don't know why, but this follows the story of Lightning, who is the main protagonist, and follows a bunch of other people who end up basically becoming cursed in the eye of the world, and they get these marks where they have to follow their chosen destiny, and if they don't, they'll end up in this crystal form. So you follow the story of Lightning, who's trying to save her sister. You follow the story of Snow, who's in love with her sister, trying to save her as well. Vanille and Hope, all these other people that are you follow this main story. While the graphics are beautiful, I really like the combination system they have in. I love the summon system. I love everything that 13 has to offer. Has 3 games in the series for 13. 13, 13-2, and Lightning Returns. And I really enjoy it, and I really recommend it for people, especially since it's only $9 and you can get like 100 hours of gameplay out of this. Like, come on now. For $9 for a complete in-box video game, and you get 100 hours of playtime, let alone replayability in some cases too. Like, it's great. It's such a good deal. Number 8, Dead Space. One of the games that has redefined the horror genre. You can pick this up for $12 right now. I'm going to read the back for you for this one. I think it gives a very good, understanding how it goes. A massive deep space mining ship goes dark after unearthing a strange artifact on a distant planet. Engineer Isaac Clarke embarks on the repair mission, only to uncover the nightmarish bloodbath. The ship's horrible crew slaughtered and infected by an alien scourge. Now Isaac is cut off, trapped, and engaged in a desperate fight for survival. There's zero gravity in here. You can see dismemberment of the monsters. There's a very good thriller. Like, this is one of the stories that I always recommend for PS3 because it was so well put together, so good. And there's even a remake of it for the PS4, PS5 right now, Xbox One, Xbox Series S, whatever you want to call it. There is a remake of this. It is so good. It's so defying of the era, especially for horror games, along with Evil Within and a bunch of other things. These are the ones that stand out because how good, bloody, and gory it is, how great the survival system is, how you can go through and you can still change up how you play. So there's definitely replayability, and you can do hardcore challenge with it. There's a lot of good things with this Dead Space game that you should do, especially if you're a horror game fan. This is one you should have in your collection. Number 7, Beyond Two Souls. This is the steel book, and I think this is like $15, like $20. But I have a regular one back there that's also on loan. But that, like, the regular one's $6. And as I was saying with, Mass Effect, this is how every choice you make depends on how you do this. So you follow our main girl here who has like this spirit in her. And it's one of those mechanics in the games that allows you to go and figure out where certain items are, how puzzle things. But the main thing is, it's a very good story with a very good choice system. Everything you do can affect everything. So even if you were a little bit rude to this one person, it's going to affect something later on down the line. But if you help someone out, it will benefit you greatly at some point here. And especially with the ending, there's multiple different endings. I think there's like 5 or 6 different endings that the game offers. So there's definitely replayability for the fact that there are 6 endings. So you can get, I think it'll equal about like 60, no, I think it'll be about like 120 hours for all 6 endings or so. So for $6, for 120 hours of playability on the PS3, I think that's fantastic. Let alone the Steelbook's pretty good, so if you want to splurge a little bit and get the Steelbook, I recommend. But even then, getting the regular one, still highly up there, still very good, and I think the gameplay that you saw playing, I think that should help suffice. Number 6, White Knight Chronicles, $9. This was a hidden gem, I would say. On average, you get about 40 to 50 hours. It's an RPG. You follow this main character, the White Knight, right there. See, look at that. Ooh, look at that. But you follow him through his journeys. There's a bunch of story-based missions. There's side missions. It's very underrated. Like, I don't want to spoil it, but back in the day, it was really fun because of the multiplayer. Being able to play and do stuff online with your character that you created in a game was very nice. But this is one of those hidden gems. You basically go through his tragic story and uncover the mystery of your character as to why they donned the armor, why this tragic stuff happened to him, who's behind it. It's a very good, compelling story. That's the word I'm looking for, compelling. And it's a very good drive force. And for $9, it's a very underrated game. And I feel like once the PS3 store ever shuts down, this is going to be one of those games that's going to shoot up, because I think it's on the store, but not a lot of physical copies were made. So keep an eye out, grab this while you can. This is just me thinking out loud, but I really do think you should get it. Number 5, Rage, and it goes for $8, which this is a very good looking game even to this day, but it's a first person shooter that takes place in a post-apocalyptic near future, and it's done from an asteroid that hit the world, so you get to see everyone like dealing with it, kind of like how Fallout deals with it. But you follow your main character named Nicholas Rain, who is a soldier that was put into hibernation in an underground shelter, and then basically emerges from a wasteland, basically following the Fallout kind of idea. And he ends up finding himself as a wanted man from this organization who basically runs the world at this point. And you can basically compare it to like Mad Max 2 with a bit of Duke Nukem, Fallout, and Borderlands in it. It's got hilarious gameplay, very good story, very good side quests there you can do, very good weapon choicing, and it's done by ID Software, who did Alien or Quake. Like, it's a good lineup, and for how cheap the game is, it has a lot of replayability even to this day. So if you want something that was developed by ID, published by Bethesda, and still is looked at and is still one of their ID's top games, I recommend Rage. It's a very good game. You can still get it on this, I think you can still buy it on Steam, but if you want it for your PS3 collection, it's only $8, and it's a very good deal. Yes, I am in different clothing. This is a couple days later because the recording apparently fucked up. So, anyway, number 4, Valkyria Chronicles, sitting at $8. Valkyria Chronicles is a tactical game. It basically takes place in an alternate universe right as World War II is happening. It is based on a country called Galea, and you follow these two main characters in this neutral country when they get invaded. While the main character, he's able to take control of this tank that was basically left by his ancestors. Well, not ancestors, like his father or something from the previous war. So you play as Welkin Gunther, taking control of this tank as well as this whole unit. And you follow this amazing, well put together story. Every character has their own quirks. Every character has their own part in this big overarching story, as you are going to protect this country and fighting this evil country during World War II. And it's very good. There's 4 installments of the game. There's one on the it came out on the PS3, and it's on the PSP for Valkyria Chronicles 2 and 3, and then Valkyria Chronicles 4 on the PS4, and that has a Switch version. This got remastered for the PS4, so you can find that for $15 on the PS4. It's a very good game. Highly recommend. I spent a lot of hours, and I eventually want to get to and play this on stream. I really think people will enjoy it. So, moving on to number 3, Dead or Alive 5. This is sitting at $10 for the PS3. There's Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate on the PS4, which is like an upgraded, more graphics, a little bit more characters. But Dead or Alive 5 is one of my favorite fighting games of all time. It's how I started streaming. I started streaming playing Dead or Alive Ultimate, but I really do enjoy it. There's kind of a story to it. For this one, it's just a bunch of the characters getting together, building up to this tournament and seeing who ends up winning it, as well as a background story between this company that's trying to make genetic modified superhumans to fight and take over the world. It's actually really good, but overall it's just a very good fighting game. But a lot of people play it. Dead or Alive 6 is on the PS4, and they have a bunch of volleyball games, which if you follow me on streams, you see me play Dead or Alive Extreme Venus Vacation from time to time. Just a very good solid fighting game, very good mechanics. Me and my friends get together and play it from time to time just against each other. We generally enjoy Dead or Alive 5. It's way better to us than Tekken. We rather play this than Tekken Tag Team or anything of that nature. So yeah, highly recommend Dead or Alive 5, especially if you're starting a collection. For $10, you can't beat it. Number 2, Tales of the Borderlands. And I believe this is sitting at $10 right now. Just kidding, it's 13. But you basically play these two characters, a Hyperion employee, Reese, and a con artist named Fiona. This takes place between Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 3. It gaps the bridge between the games, and you find out what happens. This is done by Telltale, which does Wolf Among Us, The Walking Dead. Very good action, well, not action, choice-driven games, where there are some quick-time events. You do move the character around, you do make these decisions, but everything is decided by what you choose. This game is hilarious. Especially if you love Borderlands, this is such a good thing to choose from, and you get a lot of actual background story and lore, as well as new characters to be introduced to, a lot of comedy, and like I said, it fills up a lot of lore that you are missing between 2 and 3. For $13, you can get 30-40 hours of fun out of this. This is genuinely funny, and there is replay value because every choice you make is something different. So if you want to pick up any games, pick some up from Telltale. They're really good, and I highly recommend. So yeah, if you want some stuff between 2 and 3, as well as you can probably pick up the Borderlands stuff too, I really do recommend this. So speaking of, I want to over deliver and under promise, over deliver. So I want to make a list of quick recommendations for other games that didn't quite make the list, but there are definitely some that you should get for your collection, especially since they're under $10. Borderlands, you can get for $6, the original one. Burnout Paradise, you can get for $8. Very good fun racing game, had a lot of good times, very good soundtrack. Heavy Rain, another choice-driven game, everything matters, and it's a very good plot twist. A lot of people like it. Dead Rising 2, lots of fun hours, lots of good time, especially if you could just get do creative and stuff like that. Very fun, I really enjoy it. Under Night in Birth EX Late, good anime fighting game, sitting at $15. By the way, Dead Rising 2 sitting at $7. Very good fighting game, very good anime game, very good story. You can see it and reference it in Blaze Blue Cross Tag Team Battle. Prototype, $10, another choice game where choices matter and everything basically can come back and bite you in the butt, or can work in your favor depending on if you do the good things, bad things, stay in the middle lane, just depends. Mafia 2, $8. I really enjoyed playing this. I spent maybe 80 hours playing this game, going around trying to find all these collectibles. Everything is so good. I love the music of it. They do very good era accurate things. The weapons are very era accurate. The talking, the mannerisms, especially for this era of New York. Very good game. Evil Within, one of those classic horror games that a lot of people still love to this day, and it's very good. I mean, Evil Within 2 is on the PS4. It's a very good classic, and I really recommend it. That's sitting at $7. But at number 1, one game I will always recommend for the PS3 collection is Brutal Legend, sitting at $8. It is a game made by Jack Black. I don't know where mine's out on loan, I think. But it's made by Jack Black. You follow Eddie Riggs, who's a roadie, who ends up getting killed and basically isekai'd, which is the funniest thing ever. He gets transported to this fantasy world where metal and rock and roll are king. It's the soul and lifeline for these people. And you follow him, and he basically leads his revolution to free people, and so people can listen to rock and roll, listen to heavy metal, and be themselves. And it's a very good, solid story. Soundtracks bangers. They have guest heavy rock and heavy metal legends in there, like Ozzy Osbourne. He's in there. He's the devil of rock or something. And he's you go to him to beef up your car that you drive around. You get to play as Eddie doing like riffs on the guitar and stuff. It's just so good. And not a lot of people talk about it. Like they did a lot of cool game mechanics where it's basically defend the flag and capture the flag at the same time, where you got to go out and capture these like outposts where you can spawn more people to go and capture the enemy base. It's fun. I really genuinely enjoy it. Very underrated game. So those are all my recommendations for your PS3 collection if you're trying to get started. Everything is under $15, and you can find these. These are not hard to find games. Some of them are more uncommon, but they're still cheap. So if you go to like flea markets, game stores, or gaming conventions and stuff, you can find all these pretty easy. So let me know what you guys think. Recommend some games down below. If you want to recommend some stuff for people to get, like Call of Duties or something like that, just let me know down below. I'm really curious. Love you all. Appreciate you. And I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.